What's going on, everybody? I am back here for another video for my bike, and today we're going to be installing another modification. I know we've installed a lot recently. We had the spider adjustable levers and also the stealth mirrors from Alex. Oh, forgot my bike is the other way around. We had the spider levers and then also the stealth mirrors. So if you haven't seen those videos, go check that out. Those should be the two videos right before this. And yeah, today we're going to be installing something else. You can probably see by the title. Today we're going to be installing R&G Racing Engine Covers, which are going to go on both sides actually, and it should cover the entire engine on both sides. I opted for these because I wanted to have the entire engine covered. I didn't like other brands that would just make half ones. I think T-Rex, I want to say even Evotex, I think might just be a half cover where it does its job, of course, but I think just for the look and the aesthetic, I rather have the whole thing covered in fully black. I didn't like the half cut, so these ones were the only ones that I found that fully covered it for a decent price, and you get both sides for, like I said, a good price. So yeah, we'll see how easy the install is. Can't imagine it's too hard just to put a plastic cover over top. I think they are plastic. I could be wrong, but let's go ahead and open up the box. I guess we could find out. So this is what you get from the box. We have the two sides of the engine covers, and then also looks like some instructions and maybe some bolts that we'll need. But as you can see, this side of the engine cover actually covers a lot. So I assume this is going to be the other side. Oh, never mind. This one's actually going to go on this side, but looks like it'll slip behind that black piece and it'll cover all of this, the entire engine under these fairings. Actually kind of cool. Is it necessary? I don't know, but this whole side will be completely blacked out. But anyways, yeah, this is what you get. Let's go ahead and I guess start. Okay, so I've gone ahead and looked over the instructions that R&G give you, which by the way are really detailed. I do like them. Give you a QR code to scan and it gives you a link to the instructions. They're great. They do want you to remove the left side fairing. I've removed the fairings twice now, and it's just a pain in the butt, and I don't like doing it. I'm gonna try and see if I can remove the bolts around it so I can kind of just pull back the fairing a little bit, enough where I can access the bolts that I need to get to and just put the cover back on without taking the whole thing off, because it's just, like I said, a pain in the butt. But yeah, here are all the bolts that we have. So these are the bolts for the left side, and that's what we're gonna start with, by the way, the left side, because that's the one that you need to remove the fairing on. These are the 4 bolts for the left side that we're gonna use. So yeah, let's go ahead and take off. I guess we're gonna take off, maybe we'll take off this bolt, and this bolt, and then that should peel off enough to where we can get to it. I really don't want to take off the fairing, but we're gonna see, and I'll let you guys know if it works. Before we start with that, we are gonna get the back end of the bike up on a stand just to make our job a little bit easier, have the bike straightened out and at a little bit higher eye level so we can work on it easier. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, boom, engine cover installed. Just kidding. I just placed it over top just to see and make sure they're fitting. And I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to get under here, but I guess we'll see. So what you need to do next is remove all of the screws that have holes in them. So if you look at the cover, there are 4 that have holes and the other ones are kind of just like block off. So line it up, figure out which 4 those are, and then take those off of the engine. So it looks like that's gonna be this one, and then both of these 2 right here. So this one and the one directly next to it, and then the one on the top right. Wait, no, it's gonna be this one back here. Okay, just line it up and you'll see which 4 need to remove. Some of those are really on there and hard to break. So it's gonna be, if you could see, this one right here, completely behind the black fairing. So let's see. We might have to change our tool setup to get to this. We're gonna try with a wrench, see if this works. Oh, there we go. I was able to break it with the wrench. Perfect. Tiny little wrench is all you need, apparently. Now just pulling out by hand. It's a little awkward getting behind this fairing, but it's possible. And boom, just like that, we have it out. So all 4 out. And if you actually look at the 4 that you've taken out, you can see that the one that we just took out, this one under the fairing, is the biggest one. The other 3 are the exact same, and that matches up with the screws that we have being given from R&G. And you can see we have 1 long one, 3 small ones. And now it's pretty self-explanatory what we're gonna do. And take this guy, set it on top, push it back as far as we can into it, and then use these new bolts that we've been given and put it back on. That's pretty much it. So we're just gonna set it right on top. Make sure you really push it all the way back in there. Ideally, you're gonna wanna torque these down and make sure it's the correct torque. And the guide and all in your owner's manual is gonna tell you the torque. I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm just kinda gonna do it by hand. Hopefully it all works out. These are engine bolts, so these are pretty important, but I'm just gonna make sure that they're nice and tight and I guess hope and pray, but definitely use a torque wrench if possible. All right, guys, we are back and we have finished putting on the left side engine cover. So once all 4 of those are tightened down and torqued correctly, you're all good to go. All that you have to do left to this side is to put those, whatever you took off to put on this engine cover, just make sure you put it back on. For me, I didn't take off the full fairing, so I just have, I think, 4, I believe, 3. Only 3 to put back in, and then we'll start working on the other side. So yeah, let me go and do that real quick. All right, so moving over to the other side. Thankfully, this side is a tad bit easier. We won't have to take off any fairings, thankfully. But we're gonna do the exact same thing we did on the other side. We're gonna line up the engine cover with the engine and look at the, on this side it's only 3, not 4. But we're gonna look at where these 3 actually line up, and that'll let us know which ones we have to remove and then replace back. And yeah, simple as that. Let's go ahead and look at it. So it looks like it's gonna be this one right here, and the one on the very bottom. Just those 3 out, and then we'll be good to go. Again, we're gonna be using an 8mm for these bolts to get them out. Now with those 3 taken out, we can put the engine cover back on and tighten these 3 screws down. And last one going in. And perfect, we're all on. Boom, just like that, you're all done. Overall, extremely easy install. Take out some bolts, put the engine cover on, and put them back on. That's about it. It does take a little bit, but I mean, you could definitely probably do this in about 15-20 minutes. Yeah, let's go ahead and give you one last look at them. There they are. Here's the right side and the left side. I think these things look absolutely beautiful. Not only is it going to add another layer of protection to the bike in case anything happens, it's going to protect the engine, which is a very crucial component. It is literally the heart of the bike, but also I think it adds a few style points. It makes that side of the engine that used to be all silver completely black, which matches the color scheme on my bike really well. So if you just want to make your engine black, go ahead, buy these. They are plastic, they're not like metal, so I don't know how the protection is going to be in case anything happens, but it's kind of unlikely that, in my opinion, that these engines would even touch the ground because they aren't sticking out that much, especially if you have frame sliders and other crash protection. The engine is pretty far set back into the bike, so I don't know if it would even hit the ground, but if it does, if anything happens, anything hits it, it's not protected with a little bit of plastic. I wouldn't say it's necessarily cheap quality because obviously R&G is a very good brand, but just keep that in mind when you're buying these. They are made of plastic. They're not metal or anything. But yeah, pretty short video. I just wanted to show you guys me installing the R&G engine covers for both sides. Very straightforward. If you have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments and I would be more than happy to answer that for you. Yeah, overall, very, very pleased with this. I mean, these things, like I said, look beautiful. They just add to the bike so much. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like the video if you did like it, and subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you. Oh, and also, I know I've been putting a lot of mods onto my bike and I'm not done yet. I think I hinted at this earlier, but I do have one more it's a big modification, and it's not, you probably think it's like an exhaust. I already have my exhaust on. It's still a big modification. Stay tuned for that. That hopefully will be next video or next few videos. Whenever it comes in, it's still out on delivery. It's been a while and I'm super excited for that. But anyways, yeah, I will see you guys all later. Peace out.